Hi everyone. So I want to take a little time to talk about attributive tags and how we might evaluate them to make sure that they are very strong. So we're going to just look here at the bottom of this PowerPoint. So if you haven't already watched the other video about the attributive tags in which I go into the entire PowerPoint, make sure you do that. But for now, I just want to look at the different samples that are at the end of the PowerPoint. I want to talk about kind of how we would kind of evaluate each one of these tags. And I want to do that by thinking in terms of like A-level attributive tags, B-level attributive tags, and C-level attributive tags. So you're going to notice that each one of these attributive tags has three different elements or components in them that make them strong. And so we always have kind of the name of the person. So in this case, we've got Ramon Cortines as the name of the person. So that's our first element that we always want, the full name. The second element is we want something in here that describes why that person has credibility. So in this example, this person has credibility because he was the superintendent of the Los Angeles School District. So that's our second element. And then our third element, and this is what really distinguishes up in that A range, the third element is kind of giving us some sort of context that's going to prepare readers for the quote itself. So in this case, he was a senior advisor to the U.S. Secretary of Education. So we know that he's going to be kind of talking something about education policy in this quote. So in terms of A, B, and C level, if you were shooting for a C on this attributive tag, you would just say the first and last name, that's it, and then put the quote. So that's our kind of C level. If you're going for the B level, you're going to at least give the fact that he was superintendent of the LA School District. And then if you're going for the A level, you'll add this last bit of framing here that gives kind of context for the quote to follow. So let's take a look at a few more examples with those same three kind of core elements if you're shooting for the A, and kind of go through each one of these to talk about the kind of A, B, or C level. So again, on this next one here, C level, let's go for that kind of C level first, would just be Terry Garcia. So just the name and then give the quote. B level is then going to be the fact that this person is a professor of business law at Michigan State. So something about the credibility of the source. And then this A level is going to be this kind of information here that's going to frame the quote. So this language, a noted authority on contract law, is going to help us kind of understand that this quote is going to be about contract law. Otherwise, this language here wouldn't be in there. So that's framing the quote that's going to happen later on. Let's look at this next one here. So C level, we just put the author's name and then put the quote. B level, we would say that that person is a three-term mayor and then have the name and then insert the quote. And then A level is going to bring in this last piece here, which is whose father struggled with substance abuse. Now that information tells readers that this quote is going to be about substance abuse. So that's going to bring this quote. If we add that piece in there, that's going to bring it up to the A level. Let's look at one more, and then I think you guys hopefully kind of have these kind of three elements in mind. So again, C level is just the person's name. B level is going to be something about the credibility. So he's a property rights advocate, and he started this grassroots organization. And then A level, something else here about kind of framing the information that's going to follow. His property was seized by eminent domain. So we know this quote is going to be something about eminent domain. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you guys, this idea of the kind of three core elements that you want kind of represented in your attributive tags. I'm hoping you guys are all going for that A level, so we want to see all three of those in your tags. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye.